Aloha, everybody. It is I, the Great Clement. We just finished The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Now we're on the N64 to take a look at its sequel. Enjoy this opening cutscene. Wow! How many Nintendo 64 games can you name that have an anime opening? That's amazing. The first time I saw this back in like 1998, my jaw dropped. It was the best way to kick off this adventure. Oh my god. Especially because I was anticipating this being such a big fan of the original game, The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Once again, I gotta reiterate, if you didn't watch that playthrough, the Ganbare Goemon series is gigantic in Japan. There are so many entries that we never got. North America only got a select few Mystical Ninja games, but this was the second one. You know, we had the Super Nintendo one, and this was the follow-up. And boy, was I excited, because I loved that SNES game so much, and I really like this one too. I love it, in fact. What are you guys doing? Leave right now! Never come again, you punks! Ibisumaru? Why, you've taken all your clothes off! I thought that I could negotiate a discount with my hypnotic dance. Discount? We've been thrown out of the store because of your dance. He just couldn't understand the beauty in me. You worry me. Wait, what's happening? Huh? That great big thing just now. Goemon! Isn't that the direction to Oedo Castle?
I've arrived at my destination.
Let's first attack this castle. Well, isn't it so peaceful here? Wait, what's that commotion outside? What's going on? If we just proceed with our cunning plans... Oh no! Oedo Castle! The Lord's place again? It's been really nightmare for them recently. In any case, we can't just sit around here. Follow me, Abyssumaru. Wait for me, Goemon! I haven't changed yet. Give me a moment to go home and get changed into something decent. Ah, heck. Well, hurry up. I gotta use that in my vocabulary more. Anytime something goes wrong, ah, heck. Ah, heck. Stub my toe. Ah, heck. Either way, folks, this is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, the sequel to The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Well, it's probably a sequel to a much different game that came out in Japan. There have been a lot of Ganbare Goemon games, after all. In fact, there was another 3D game on the PlayStation that we never got. So this probably isn't even the first 3D entry in the series. But either way, folks, either way. Very similar games, but, you know, with a generational difference, because The Legend of the Mystical Ninja was on Super Nintendo, and I described that game as a crossover between The Legend of Zelda and a platformer, you know, because you went to towns, you talked to NPCs, you bought items from shops to boost your defense and whatnot, and Mystical Ninja starring Goemon is basically that, but on the Nintendo 64, with 3 dimensions, you know, now we're in 3D. And I would still classify the crossover as being accurate. It's Legend of Zelda crossed with a platformer. And this is absolutely a game that feels like a Zelda Ocarina of Time, a Majora's Mask, if you will. And we have dungeons we're going to be going into, and we have towns we can walk around in, and people to talk to, and items to buy from shops and stuff. But there's a lot more platforming in this game than there would be in an Ocarina of Time. You know, we have a dedicated jump button in this game. And we're going to be jumping a lot. We're going to be jumping quite a lot. Oh boy. Now I should warn you that this first part is just going to be me exploring the town of Edo, and I'm going to be talking to all of the NPCs and all the houses and stuff. And this is probably going to be like the most quiet, the most inactive part of the whole playthrough, because part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, every other part after this are going to be a lot more action-packed, but I wanted to get you associated with this world. I wanted you to get acquainted with everything, so I wanted to talk to everybody. How often am I going to play this game again, you know? It's a new start from Mystical Ninja! Hey, that's the name of the game I'm playing. Either way, folks, so you can play as Goemon, but at any moment you can actually switch between the 2 characters, Goemon and Abyssumaru. And by the way, isn't it neat that they're not using their original names from the first localization? They're not Kid Ying and they're not Dr. Yang anymore. They actually decided to give them their proper names of Goemon and Abyssumaru, so that's why I just referred to them as such in the Mystical Ninja Super Nintendo playthrough. Because the rest of the series considers them Goemon and Abyssumaru, and there's no point sticking with the Kid Ying, Dr. Yang names. Those aren't going to be around for a while, you know. But with the push of a button, you can switch between the 2 characters. This is not a co-op game. This is not a multiplayer game. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon is a single-player affair. This is only for 1 player. But you still play as a whole bunch of different characters. It's not just Goemon and Abyssumaru. We will be getting 2 more party members as the game goes on. But yes, with the push of the bottom C button, you can alternate between Goemon and Abyssumaru, and they all, like, crouch and hump the ground just like they did in the Super Nintendo game. Goemon, of course, attacks things with a pipe. Like this guy! Trying to rob me. How dare you, you idiot. Yes, what's the matter? Who are you? In order to defend the peace and justice of this town, I have altered my body to become your hero and super cop, Robo-Officer! I'd buy that for $1. But yeah, there's no big difference between Goemon and Abyssumaru right now, aside from the fact that Goemon can throw money. So that's something that Abyssamaro cannot do. And just like with the original Super Nintendo game, I have 111 Rio right now. That's my currency, that's my cash, which I use to buy things. But it's also a projectile weapon, so I can actually throw money to have a long-range, big-distance attack, and it will drain my money count, you know? But the good thing is, I literally have like 111 shots right now. Like, you only throw one individual dollar every time you use that attack, so you don't actually drain through your money really quickly in this one, which I am appreciative of. Oh boy. Anyway, we can't get to Oedo Castle, where the Lord and Princess Yuki are, because the bridge is out, and the only way to get across is to activate these star blocks, but I need a certain pipe in order to activate those star blocks, so heck! I share your sentiments, sir. I share your sentiments. But that means I have to find a different tool if I'm going to save the Lord and Princess Yuki. I know, we're going to go after Princess Yuki yet again. Don't worry, it won't last very long. But everyone in town starts mentioning this Mokube, who is a pipe maker, and maybe that guy can give me the tool I need in order to cross the bridge. Oh, I can feel my blood rushing! I want to totally master the art of swordsmanship! Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. Anytime you see any of these houses, you can walk right into any of the screen doors, and there's always someone to talk to. Be careful, there are pickpockets in this area. If your money is stolen, just hit them and get your money back. It's a piece of cake! That is good real-life advice. If someone tries to rob you, just punch them. Then they'll go away. That's how it works, kids. That's how it works. The officer's duty is to defend the peace of this town. By the way, I have no job. Well, you're like 6. That's understandable. It's very, very, very understandable, you know. No matter what happens, I'll be sure to go to the Thunder Gate. That is the way of my life. Anyone planning to cause trouble will fall victim to my atomic stick! Once again, the Goemon series is very, bizarre. Mokube, the pipe maker, who moved to Mount Fuji, is a UFO maniac. But for a UFO to appear after he moved? I should have taped it for him on a video camera. Oh, and the technology of this version of Edo Japan, it's supposed to be feudal Japan, but the technology is very, anachronistic. You saw earlier in the first game, we had like televisions where you could play Gradius video games on and stuff, and this guy just mentioned he had a video camera, and the technology's a little, you know, it plays loose with the rules, you know, it plays loose with the rules. Omitsu is the cutest girl I ever met. When our eyes meet, it's magic. I just can't settle down until I eat and eat and eat. So, I'll have some kiwi dumpling, iced tea, custard rice cake, and some cinnamon rice crackers. Good lord. Oops, I forgot my wallet! So this shop, this coffee shop, is significant because this is where Omitsu works. And Omitsu, we didn't really see her that much in the Super Nintendo game. She was part of the concentration card game. But Omitsu is basically Goemon's girlfriend, and she's all cute and adorable. But, we're gonna meet her here today, why not? Omitsu is the beauty of this town! What's going on out there? A strange UFO has come to town. A UFO? You mean like a flying saucer? Does that mean the aliens have come? Will the aliens come to our coffee shop and try some of our dumplings? Good thing I studied the alien language just for such an occasion. You studied the alien language? The non-existent aliens that we apparently have their language so we can translate it? How does that work, Omitsu? Hey, so you're here to find out what I have to say. Listen, whenever you visit a town or a village, gather your information by listening to what the people have to say. This is important for you to complete this game. Thanks for breaking the fourth wall, mister. Thank you. Yes, talk to people, because sometimes it helps you out. In fact, sometimes you absolutely need to do it in order to progress with the game. This is very different from the Super Nintendo game. This is very different from The Legend of the Mystical Ninja, where it's not just about, like, reaching an action stage and then you move on to a different branch, you know? Like a different level, a different stage. This N64 game is open worldish. You know, it's like Zelda Ocarina of Time. I can return to Oedo Town at any point, and I'm going to be going across the entire country of Japan and visiting all these other different places. And there's a lot to do, you know? There's a lot of backtracking, and sometimes in order to unlock certain requirements for the story, you do need to talk to certain people, otherwise the trigger doesn't happen, and if the trigger doesn't happen, then I can't exactly finish the game, you know? But you don't have to talk to everybody, just certain specific people. Speedrunners aren't going to be doing all of this, don't you worry. But here are the shops. Once again, you can buy food, which can restore your health, like these dumplings. Very delicious. Odin. And then, of course, we have sushi. Oh, boy. The thing I like is that every single shop in this game has, like, different food. And I'm going to be checking it out throughout the playthrough. Every single shop has something different to eat. So it's never the same thing twice, you know? Except for this shop. This is where you can buy rice balls. And if you hold on to those, if you buy one, it'll restore your health when it reaches 0, you know? It's just like the pizzas from the Super Nintendo game. If you get damaged, if you lose all your health, these rice balls will save me in a pinch. But I'm not gonna lie, the Mystical Ninja starring Goemon is not that challenging of a game. You'll notice I have 5 hearts at the very beginning. That's how much hit points I have. Even for the first few areas of the game, it takes more than 5 hits to drain that. You know, you hit Goemon, and his heart doesn't just immediately disappear, it turns into a small heart. And if you hit that heart again, then it disappears. So it's like I have 10 hits, really. And when I go through the first action stage, the first action area, I can actually take a lot of hits. And the thing is, throughout the adventure, you're going to be finding a whole bunch of lucky cats, fortune cats. Fortune dolls, as this kid is bringing up. Good timing, kid, good timing. But the fortune dolls are basically pieces of heart from Zelda. When you pick up 4 fortune dolls, your health expands, your health grows bigger, and that's why you see all the indentations next to the 5 hearts. I can have 20 hearts. I can have a ridiculous boatload amount of hearts, and then I'm going to be even beefier with my health, and I can have armor to protect myself, and I can have a rice ball just in case I lose all my health. So, as long as you're just, like, keeping equipped with everything, as long as you're finding all the fortune dolls, this is actually a pretty easy game to play. It's not that challenging. There is no difficulty select. There's no easy, normal, or hard mode. Yes, the dogs talk. You can talk to the dogs, so you should absolutely talk to every single dog. I don't know how that works, but whatever. I guess Goemon speaks dog. Who knew? For all I know, that might be a plot point of like one of the Japanese-only Goemon games. That could absolutely possibly be a thing. I don't know. But, yeah, and I'm just saying that Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, it's not that challenging. It's pretty easy. Unless you have troubles playing an old N64 platformer game. Because I will admit, the one thing that sucks about this game, coming back to it, is that the camera could be better. The camera could absolutely be better. And we're going to be seeing that as the game goes on. But either way, up ahead is the fortune teller. Anytime you're confused as to what you're supposed to be doing in the game, you can always visit this guy, and he will say his greatest catchphrase, which is... Bulazima! And at any point, he will give you direction on where you should be going and what you should be doing. So the fortune teller will tell you what you should be doing at any given moment. So I would definitely recommend him often. If you're confused as to where you should be going, check him out. Or if you're just watching this playthrough, you don't need to know. So whatevers. Whatevers. But yeah, that's Oedo Town. That was the first part. We're going to be fighting enemies and platforming in the next part. But in order to end this video, I figured I would play the full version of the opening theme song, because that wasn't even the full version. Oh, and you might recognize the singer if you've ever seen Dragon Ball Z and listened to Cha-La Head Cha-La specifically, because the vocalist is Hironobu Kageyama, and that's pretty awesome. Anywho, till then.
To Oedo